Hi there, my name's Adam Troop and I'm just doing a couple of picture profile tests on the a7S2 from Sony. I thought I might as well share them with the world on YouTube so other people might benefit from what I'm testing here today. So basically, first up I'm looking at S-Log3. This is what we're currently on now. It's a modified S-Log3 profile. Basically I've modified it to be slightly less log, so it's kind of crushed the blacks a little bit, crushed the shadows, just playing with the black gamma levels and things, and I don't know, I'll need to double check all the settings that I've played with and what I've put them to. But I've already done some tests and I think I've kind of found a great balance between getting extra highlight information and basically getting a nice dynamic range, which really helps with highlights and things, and shadows, but without making it too difficult to monitor, because my monitor doesn't have any built-in LUT previews or anything like that. So I'm looking at a fairly grey image, although from what I'm used to having shot on the Canon 5D Mark III using the Technicolor Cine style profile, it's not too drastic a difference. That it's what I've been used to pretty much since 2012. So, you know, but if I didn't modify it, it would definitely be a lot trickier to gauge. Whereas, you know, I've boosted the saturation and things a little bit, which to the point where generally I would always want to add more saturation in post, but rarely do I need it turned right the way down to where it is, you know, with stock S-Log3 profile. So next I'm going to look at the profile I have been using and I'll explain that whilst we're viewing it. Okay, so now we're looking at a modified Cine 1 profile. I've not actually shot a job with this one. I've shot some personal films. I used a Cine 3 profile, but there's not a huge amount of difference between the Cine 1 and Cine 3 from what I can see. But Cine 1 looked a little bit flatter, and also this is a slightly modified profile as well. I've modified it in the opposite direction to the S-Log3 one, in that I actually lowered the sort of contrast, the shadows, using the black gamma levels, and yeah. So although it's a vast improvement on having no profile selected, or even, you know, one of the standard ones from, you know, to my tastes, I still find that the highlights can have a wee bit of that sort of almost luminous quality that you get with the complete standard profiles I found, which I'm just really not a fan of. As I say, coming from the 5D Mark III using the Technicolor Cine style profile, I'm just so used to a really soft, nice look that it's just my preference. So that's what I'm trying to replicate best I can on the Sony, get the same kind of, I guess, colours and contrast and things that I'm used to on the 5D, but obviously with the added benefit of the extra sharpness and all the high frame rate modes that you get on the Sony. So next, just as a means of comparison, I'm going to turn picture profile off and let you see what it would look like with no picture profile at all. So that's zero picture profile. There's no picture profile applied to this, so basically I'll need very little color correction at all. It's pretty much all high contrast and everything anyway, and I wouldn't really want to use something that I had to constantly drop the contrast on, because obviously once you crush all that detail in the contrast, if you try and regain that, it's going to be messy. You're better off shooting flat and then crushing it to your taste. So anyway, I thought I'd shoot this indoors, just to give you an idea of what it's like in a bit flatter lighting. Obviously I've got a window behind me, so a wee bit of, you know, high intensity light, but I'm right in the middle of our landing, so there's very soft lighting in here. There's no direct light on me. Next, I'm going to repeat these 3 profiles, but outside in the garden, and yeah, it's full sunlight, so just how they look in direct sunlight. Oh. Well, that's pretty much as harsh as it gets. I've got a Zacuto EVF pointing towards me just so I can kind of manually focus. So I really, you know, the autofocus, it's okay, but it's been, you know, I don't want it hunting in and out. So basically I've cranked the f-stop to f14, it was at f4, and we're at 1,000th of a second. And yeah, so I'm literally could not be in more direct sunlight if I tried. It's absolutely blinding me. I can feel, it's giving me a bit of a sore head, to be honest. I would normally wear sunglasses, but I thought To be honest, I should have just worn sunglasses. I don't know why I'm not. But anyway, I don't have time to mess about. So this is S-Log 3. It's at 1600 ISO. Obviously, that is the lowest ISO you can use with S-Log 3. And sort of judging by the false color on the Zacuto EVF, it looks, you know, roughly where it should be. To be honest, the reason I used false color, I actually feel comfortable using this without false color. It's just purely that I cannot see the screen. It's so hard to judge exposure. So anyway, now we're going to have a look at the, I'm just going to check what that was like. Okay, we're going to have a look at the Cine 1 modified profile. Okay, so this is in the modified Cine 1 profile, and it looks really harsh on the screen. I mean, it's I've deliberately put myself in the harshest light possible just to see how the three profiles deal with it, and this is going to be horrendously contrasting. I just hope, you know, I'm being fair to all three profiles, and obviously I'm filming myself. Skin tones are you know, incredibly important, so I want to get that in this little test comparison video, and hopefully that's enough for you to see if the set. So I'm looking at the screen, it's really hard to see, but hopefully that's enough of the Cine 1 profile for you to have a look at. And now we'll have a look at it without any picture profile at all. So there we go, no picture profile at all. It's worth mentioning that as I've gone between the different picture profiles, I have been dropping the ISO down. With the S-Log 3, you do need a higher ISO to get same exposure, it would seem, and no profile. It's basically the difference between 1600 ISO, the Cine 1 profile I had it on 1000 ISO, and this no picture profile at all I've got on ISO 640. So hopefully these all look okay, and it's basically helpful in deciding what kind of, and hopefully it's helpful, and so hopefully it's helpful in helping you. So hopefully this will kind of help you figure out what direction you want to go in with picture profiles. It's just been a very quick test with me, and as I thought I would share it with you. So yeah, I'm going to go and check it out, and thanks for watching.